Welcome! This is My Card Art, a unique crafting channel that'll always give you some great ideas, and they're very creative, that you can always find something new in. And I give you tips for different media usage and also for recycled materials. A lot of different things, and it's here to create the best in your art. You guys know I always appreciate your subscriptions and your support, and thank you so much for that. So let's try to use what you have at home, and I'm going to show you how to make a citrus card. Very, very easy. So check this out. I went and I got this drink at Walmart, and I really like the front of it. So I decided to use this, and this is a concept idea. So what I'm showing you here is how you're able to go ahead and create something different at home by just what you have at home. So here I really like that tangerine logo and that mango logo right there, and I decided to create a card with it. And, you can find so many ideas around your house and magazines and all these different things where you can create your own cards. So you don't need to buy stuff. So here I am, because this is a cellophane, and I wanted to make sure that it adheres properly to my project. I wanted to add some double-sided tape on the back, and I also wanted to adhere it to a little bit of a harder cardstock so I can use this and work with it a little better. All I'm doing is I'm adding double-sided tape, and as you see right there, I'm going to be cutting off some of those words. See that? So I'm adding the tape just below those words. And right now it looks like it's above, but once it's turned around, it's actually below. So I'm doing this because I wanted to work with this material a little better, because it's like a cellophane, so it's very, very flimsy. And when I'm putting it on a card, I didn't want it to wrinkle. See, I'm just removing the double-sided tape, and then I'm adding it on to a scrap piece of paper that I have. You could do this. This is easy. And I will be cutting off any of the excess. I'm smoothing it out so it doesn't have any bubbles in it. See that? And I'm folding it over, just because that's how the tape was, and that's how I lined it up. And how you see on top it says calories and sodium and all that. Well, I don't need that. It's not part of the card. So I'm cutting it off, but see, because right there, I had a little bit of an orange on the top portion. Well, because I have it adhered to a better cardstock, I'm able to cut it off a lot easier and manage this piece of cellophane. So there it is. I chose that shape because that's just the way it worked out. I don't need the top part, so I'm tossing that piece right there. So now here's a magazine. And of course, you can use anything at home. You don't have to have this magazine. You can use travel magazines. You can create, this is a citrus card. So I'm looking for citrus themes like here, but you can do all kinds of different things, boats, yachting, sunsets, beaches, whatever you want. So just look in the magazines and try to find things that will work for your project. Here, I'm just randomly tearing out the pages that have citrus on them. And I'm also checking the backside, because sometimes the backside has things that I might be able to use as well. And so this is a good tip from me to you if you have kids at home, or you would like to create a card and you really don't want to go out there and buy a bunch of supplies. Just look around. Look how cool that is. Look how pretty that is. Imagine cutting that piece off and making something with it. That could be a background for something. I certainly can use it for my card here. I'm not sure at this moment, as you'll see. I will modify. But look at that. Look how cool that pink is. That's really nice. Imagine, cutting something out of there and putting something else on, or using that blue for like a morning or an evening, sunset, sunrise. And look at that one. To me, I could totally make a jellyfish card out of that. Check that out. And it's just random photos. I didn't pre-plan this video. I just kind of skimmed the magazine as I was creating this. The only thing I had in mind was I'm going to be using something citrus related. Check that image out. That's a cool image too. So here's my tip. Just go ahead and tear out the pages that you wish to use or you think you might be using, and cut out whatever it is that you want to cut out. And again, this is citrus themed just because I felt like making a citrus card for the summer, but you can do any project. And sometimes magazines will have a whole bunch of animals in them. You can make a little animal card. It depends on the type of magazine that you have. If it's a comic book magazine that you don't need anymore, you certainly can just, make little comic book sheets and tear those off and use them as background and then add a sentiment. So here I'm cutting out this piece of lemon right there. And since it has the nice shadows of the yellow, I'm leaving a little bit on there, but you don't have to be exact. And if you make an error, well, who cares? I'm sure there are other images in the magazine, so don't worry about it. See? And that's really pretty, but I just decided not to use it for right now. And that looked kind of cool because it kind of matched my drink container. And believe me, when I bought that, I had absolutely no intention of making a card, but it kind of jumped. And I said, oh, that would be kind of neat. So what can I make out of there? And so a lot of times when I do create something, as you know, it's always one of a kind. And it pops into my head. I could be anywhere, driving at a store, buying something like that, and just do it. Make something with it. And that line with the coconut, that was kind of clever too, but I didn't use it. I just decided to hold off for right now. I figured this is pretty much enough because these are bigger pieces of photos and colors and stuff like that. So I didn't want to overwhelm the card. See, I picked that card. It's really pretty, but if I were to put that on just like that, it's too busy. See, it kind of gets lost. So I took complementary colors, yellow and green. And I'm deciding which way to open the card, left to right, top to bottom, and decided to use the green and the yellow. And this is the same idea that you can use at home, just kind of go with the color coordinations of your project. And here I decided to angle it. Why? Well, I don't know. I just angled it because it just felt right. It's art. And so I angled it. You'll see what I mean. So here I am. This cardstock that I have, both of these have a pattern on them. One side is smooth and the other one has really cool ridges. So if you don't have the right color paper at home, color it in. Or just use another piece of paper from a magazine. You don't have to have a certain color paper at home. You can make your own. You can watercolor it, color it in with markers, or just use magazine sheets and use those as background colors. See, look. So I'm deciding to add some double-sided tape on the back of this specific lemon, lime, orange, tangerine, whatever that thing is up at the front. And I'm making sure that I have plenty of glue on the back so my project doesn't fall apart. But you don't need to go all the way to the edge because, for this card, you didn't need to. You can use Scotch tape, but just make sure it's double-sided Scotch tape. The one I have here, it's not a double-sided Scotch tape. It's regular. And see, I'm showing you the card right there, just like that. Yeah, so this one was a regular Scotch tape. It wasn't double-sided. But if you have double-sided Scotch tape, you certainly can use that. And right now, I'm just double-checking myself and making sure that, this card piece that I have there is going to fit and doesn't hang off the edges. And also what's really good about this is regular size. You can mail it without adding extra, postage on there. And then I decided to get a little creative and start tearing the edges. And you're like, what is she doing again? So I wanted to give a little bit of a texture, but I didn't want to have to add extra postage. And I didn't want to make the card really, really thick. So this is a cute little trick. You can certainly tear your little edges and your pieces of paper up like I just did. And all you do is fold it back. See how easy it is? Can you imagine little kids sitting next to you and you go, honey, look at this. It's a beautifully cut out piece of card. Very nice clean edges. You know what we're going to do? Let's tear it up. Imagine the fun you guys would have at the table. I tore mine in half. I tore mine in 3 pieces. You can certainly tear up your project as you like and just decorate it. Here, I just tore the edges. But I have done art where literally I finished it up and then I tore it strategically, kind of, so some of the image still stays there. And then I just adhered it to the card. But this one, it's just the edging. So I'm taking regular marker and I tested it on the back to make sure the color is complementary to my citrus theme. And see, I am coloring in the edges. This is kind of neat because it gives you another effect. And it's super easy to make. And you don't have to be exact. Your tearing on your edges does not have to be exact. And you can just about get away with using any color. If you don't have markers at home, you can watercolor it. Just remember, do not use a lot of water. I have previous videos that I have for you on tips of watercoloring regular cardstock. and regular paper and vellum. So I have a lot of videos. Up until this point, I have over 40 videos on my channel, My Card Art. So you can go ahead and watch those and double check some of my techniques. All right, so this is regular Crayola pen. See? Nothing expensive, just good quality, affordable pens. You don't have to buy everything that's, an arm and a leg. Use what you have at home. And here, I just decided to add some dots. Is there a specific way? No. Just poke, poke, poke. Add your dots, dot, dot, dot. And I added them on the edges because I figured the middle will be covered up. See? There's no reason to the rhyme. Just dot it. That's it. And so I'm kind of looking which way do I want the top and the bottom up. And I have my double-sided tape in the back. And the only thing I'm going to be careful of is to make sure that the edges of this green card is not going to go outside of my main card base. And if it would have gone outside, well, guess what? I would have trimmed it. It's okay. I have scissors. I can cut. No big deal. See? But it made it. I didn't plan any sizes. I just cut and glued. So this is what's nice about this. Now you see, I have some of these that I tore on the edges on that green cardstock. All I do is push it back down. So my little citrus card piece right there, that mango tangerine, doesn't stick up too much. And you could totally mail this size in a regular envelope, no extra postage, and send it out to someone. And then I looked at this piece and I'm like, I don't like it. See how the colors it looked dirty, like a dirty color? It was a nice yellow in the magazine, but with my project here, it didn't work for me. And then I saw this lime and I'm like, that works. So when you cut out your images, that's how you'll find out. See what works once you get into it. Now here I am putting this Scotch tape on the back because I wanted to just create a little bit of an extra hardness to my very, very soft paper here because this is magazine paper, so it's not very, very strong. You don't have to do this. You can skip this step. I just use regular Scotch tape. I didn't feel like putting this on a cardstock and start gluing. I just wanted to make this quickly and have fun with it. But I still need a tape to adhere to my project. So there it goes. And just to make sure, I added 2 tapes, one going across Scotch tape and one a little bit offset just in case to make sure it doesn't fall off. See? Tear that off. Peel, I should say, not tear. And then I just kind of line it up and see how it works the best. And there it is. Look at this. So, okay, so we're not done. Hang in there. All right, so I did like this piece of, it looked like a grapefruit to me. And actually, it's a lemon, but I don't know, it looked pink. It looked like it's a lemon and a grapefruit. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But I've never seen a pink lemon. But it looked pink, so I was like, okay, we'll make it work. Anyways, you see this? That's cool. Kind of cool looking nails. That could be great for a project too, but in this case, I'm not using that. So I'm just adding a little tape. And your tapes don't have to be exactly the same size or same shape. As long as they glue it, you're good. That's what's nice about stuff like this. You don't have to be precise. You can add it on whimsically and have a lot of fun. And like I said, it's perfect for a rainy day project or just when you have a real quick card that you have to put together for someone. Especially when your spouse says, honey, I need a birthday card, something unique. You're like, oh, okay. So here I incorporated this theme. See that? From the outside to the inside. And again, that little piece just didn't seem to work for me just yet. So I even trimmed the edges and I'm like, the color was off. I didn't use it. I didn't like it. So I said, well, forget it. I'm not going to use it. So I didn't. So don't forget, you could change your mind and don't feel bad if you do. It's okay. So at the beginning, I was making this card and I didn't know what sentiment I will be using, but I had some happy birthday stickers. And I got these at 50% off from Hobby Lobby. Oh my goodness. About a year ago. I like those 50% off sales. So they're very good. They stick like you wouldn't believe, as you can see. So it takes a little bit of an effort to peel them off. And just line it up wherever you feel it looks good in your visualization of your project. I kind of decided to put in that little tearing gap right there. It worked out. It was an accident. I didn't plan it that way, but it worked out. So all of a sudden, it's like it became a birthday card. And I said, Let me add a little glitter. So I have this jewel picker, and it's like a sticky edged jewel picker. It's not a pen, but it's like a sticky edged pen looking thing. And this is supposed to pick up, embellishments like these. And for some reason, it wasn't working for me. Well, I realized why. My little sticky sheet had really good stickiness to it. So I went and I literally washed that little tip with soap and water because you can get the stickiness back in. But as you can see, it wasn't picking it up. So if this happens to you, don't panic. It's not your tool, it's user error. So watch what I'm doing here. I am taking that tip, and when it's on a smaller surface, like the smaller circles, it picks it up easier. Why? Because it doesn't have that much glue, and it picks it up a lot better. But on the bigger ones, watch, I'm pulling it to the left. You see this? I'm pulling it a little bit. And even on some of the smaller ones earlier, I pulled it. Just watch, you can rewind the video. But I'm pulling it because this way it sticks better. See? So it wasn't the tool, it was just how I was using it. And this sheet right here, it's really good quality and has good stickiness to it. So when you put those circle thingies on, it works really well. See? Look at that. I'm trying to put it on there. Yay. Finally did it. And see, I'm pulling. Watch. There it is. So you could pull it off to the left or to the right. So if this happens to you, don't panic. It's not your tool. It's just the way it went. Don't throw it away. It's still good. So that's all I did on here. I just added some of those little green dots, and I figure it kind of works well. And here's my little card that I made out of my little shopping trip to Walmart and buying a fruity drink. So this is, again, a concept idea. And I hope you guys have a little bit of inspiration from this. And as always, I appreciate you guys, and leave me your comments, please. And I do get back to you. I work a lot of hours, so please be patient with me, but I do respond back to you guys. And I go visit your YouTube sites as well. And you guys, if you like this video, could you please share it with your friends and subscribe and all that good stuff and hit the bell? You know how it goes. And thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you all. And I hope one day my card art will become your card art. Thanks for your support. Bye.